Wow, I can't believe I actually made it to the end of the rainbow. Oh man, I hope the legends are true. Hello? Sup? Sorry, I was expecting something different? What were you expecting? I mean, you sound different than I was expecting. It's 2025, okay? Yeah, I guess you're right. Is it true that you have a pot of gold? Gold? No. No, I don't have gold. But I do have a couple movies, if you want to watch some. Oh, okay. Alright, dope. Just return them. Thanks. Happy St. Paddy's Day, everybody. If you're looking to expand your horror movie knowledge, well then I got some Irish films that you can enjoy on St. Paddy's Day. And up first, we have a movie called Caveat. And this one comes from Damien McCarthy. And this one follows the story of a man who was offered a job to basically babysit this isolated woman on this isolated island. And to top it all off, he has to wear this chained vest that is tied all the way to the basement, so he's not able to enter the room of the girl or leave the house. And for some reason, he says yes. And in this economy, who can blame him? Now, the movie has a traditional psychological horror / slow burn type of feel, and you are sort of discovering the secrets of this film as Isaac quickly learns that there's more to this job than meets the eye. I will say, if you can handle the slow burn, the movie does have quite a bit of payoff. There are some twists and turns throughout the story, but what truly makes this movie for me is there's a scene near the end of the movie that is completely terrifying, some of the best makeup design I've ever seen, and it really sells the horror that the movie is trying to make you feel. The last 15 minutes of this movie are quite tense, and I kind of wish it didn't take so long getting to the true scares of this film. Next, we have The Cured. It also has a pretty unique premise. It's kind of like a drama zombie film that centers around a virus that has spread through all of Europe, and specifically Ireland was heavily affected by this, except in this world, they developed a vaccine that cured 75% of these zombie-like people, while another 25% are resistant to taking the vaccine. And the interesting thing is the 75% that were zombies, they actually remember the things they did when they were infected. The story basically follows the aftermath of all this, how people are being reintegrated into the world, the shame they feel, and there's two political sides that are debating what they should do with the other 25%. This is another slow burn type of film, but I think you'll appreciate it, and I believe the movie is even more relatable than when it first came out. Next, we have The Hole in the Ground. That follows a single mom and her son, and where they live there's a sinkhole nearby, and the mother starts to have paranoia, starts to fear that her son isn't her son anymore and may have been replaced by something else. So this one's got that more folklore Irish traditional horror, and something that will grab your attention right away with this movie is the cinematography is very rich, it's very moody, and it really sets you into this environment, and the acting between the mom and the son is really good. And this is another underrated gem I think you guys will enjoy. And lastly, we have probably my favorite on the list, Oddity. And this one comes from the same director as Caveat, Damien McCarthy, and it's probably the scariest movie on this list by a good margin. The story follows a blind woman who owns a shop full of relics, full of cursed objects, and tragically, her twin sister is murdered and she's trying to discover who was the murderer. If you enjoy your cursed object horror, this has gotta be one of the best. If you like films like Talk to Me or Oculus, this has the same vibe. What I really love about this movie is if you pay attention, the film leaves clues throughout it, and everything has a purpose in completing this full story. The only thing I didn't love is I wanted to learn a little bit more about some of the other cursed objects in the movie. They hint at a few of them, and that stuff just really intrigues me. And the main cursed object in this movie, its design is pretty terrifying, and it plays a large factor in the movie, and obviously generates a ton of good scares. But there's one scare in this movie that might have you jumping out of your seat. When it happens, you will know. It's definitely in my top jump scares of all time, and from that point on in the movie, you never feel safe. For the rest of the movie, you're probably going to be covering your eyes at quite a few moments in the movie. That's all I got for you guys today. Let me know in the comments below, have you seen any of these movies? I'd love to hear your opinion. And as always, my name is Thick Nick, and I'll see you in the next one.